Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the channel, Camping with the Abercrombies. This is Aaron, and I am here. I'm still here at Shelby Mansfield KOA with my grandkids this weekend. And while they are inside getting dressed so we can go to the playground, I'm gonna share with you a change I made to my 2019 F-150 in order to make the ride more comfortable while hauling my trailer. Previously, I had the Roadmaster Active Suspension, which helped to, help with the squat in the back of the truck while towing, which they worked, but the truck still squatted under the weight of the trailer. So when you're towing and the truck squats so much, it reduces the amount of travel you have in your rear suspension. So if you hit a decent sized dip, the suspension could, potentially bottom out, and you feel a thump, when it does that. Well, our last trip, when we went to Caesar Creek, and I'm sorry I didn't get the video on that. I lost all my info on that trip. But anyway, we hit a couple of dips, and that's what, prompted me to make the change to my truck. So now I have, I took off the Roadmaster Active Suspension, and I put on Firestone Ride Right airbags. And here, let me show you what I got here. Okay, I don't know if you can see on this side, but there is the airbag. And currently, I've got about 50 pounds of air in there. My trailer is weighing in at 9,100 pounds, according to the last time I put it across the scale. And with 50 pounds of air, the truck just squats just a little. It doesn't squat. I'm sorry. I had like 25 in there and it squatted a little bit, so I put a little bit more air. And it actually stabilizes the ride more on the highway. Now my suspension has, full travel in it, so if I hit a big dip, it doesn't bottom out. And it just tows a whole lot better. I did not get the auto air ride, the auto inflate with the compressor and all of that, because, I just didn't want to spend that kind of money. But I did install these myself. It took me, it took me longer than normal because I had to get the old stuff off of there and put this on. And it probably took me, a little under 2 hours because the bolts were rusted on the other one. But also, something to remember is no matter what modifications you do to your truck, you are still limited by the payload capacity. It does not change. Even though I put these on here, my payload capacity is the same. I put these on here to help with the ride and to keep the suspension from bottoming out. And I'm going to see if I can find some pictures with it hooked up with the air in there. Also, one of the good things about this is you look under here, this is where you put the air in right here. I can pump this up with my bicycle pump. So there's no need to buy an expensive, compressor to air that up. I can pump that up with my bicycle pump and it works just fine. But yeah, so if you are looking to, level out your truck while you're towing, I think that's a good idea. I know a lot of people will say, get a bigger truck or the truck's not big enough. No, the truck's plenty big enough and it's got the power to do it. It's just that I think Ford leaf springs are inherently soft. The 2015 I had was the same way. This is a 2019 and it just squatted way more than I was comfortable with because it lifts the front end up into the air. And honestly, I think that helped with my fuel economy too, with the truck being more level while I'm towing. But yeah, you don't have to have a big giant truck. Just make sure you're within the, payload capacity and the tow capacity of the truck. Which I am. I'm rated to tow 13,000 pounds. I think like 13,200. The trailer's at 9,100 when it's, full of water and everything that we have in there. And it tows great. And of course, Hensley always gets us there safely. So I'm still loving that. Wouldn't trade that in for anything. But hold on, let me see if I can find the model number for these airbags. And I'm sure they would be different for different trucks, but let's see here. Yeah, we have the Ride Right. This is the model number of the airbags I put on. And like I said, they weren't hard to put on at all. A few basic tools, you can get them on there. A little bit of patience, and you're good. Yeah, just a little bit of patience, and you're good to go. And I'm quite happy with them. I wish I would have bought them initially, but we learn as we go along. And one of the best things about camping for me is, learning new things to make it more comfortable for me. Any information I can give to someone else to help out, I try my best. I don't have all the answers, but I have some of the answers. But as for this, I would give these airbags an A+. Oh, and by the way, when you're not towing, you do want to reduce the air in them to 5 pounds or so. I've noticed between 5 and 20 pounds, I maintain the original ride quality. But if you put more than that in there, it rides a little bit stiff, because the airbags don't give because there's no weight in the back. So that was my public announcement for this trip. And I'm going to get these kids out here. Let me see if they're ready to go. Hey, are you guys almost ready to go?
Yeah, I'll put my shoes on.
Okay, they're almost ready. I got up and made them breakfast, and that's a lot of work.